200 years ago, Thomas Hopkins Gallaudet had a vision for reaching the deaf with the gospel of Jesus. He wondered, how could the deaf know salvation is real and needed without language? How could they grasp concepts about God or access God's words? Searching for answers, Gallaudet traveled to Europe. He returned with a deaf teacher, and together they opened the first school for the deaf in 1817. American Sign Language was introduced to the United States. Today, at least 2 million deaf people across North America use American Sign Language, but many do not attend church or have a saving relationship with God. Like Gallaudet, Three Angels Deaf Ministries has an urgent burden to share the gospel message with the deaf.
Three Angels Deaf Ministries, or 3ADM, is really a language group organization to communicate with deaf people. We take the message designed for those who can hear and adapt it into sign language to provide religious materials to meet their spiritual needs.
Language defines our identity. We are born to hearing parents who speak. Their way of life and how they communicate is well wrapped up in being able to hear. We are born separately. We grow differently and observe through our eyes. The way we think and communicate is through our eyes, not our ears.
American Sign Language gives us access and connection to the world around us and to available resources and information.
I was often in trouble as a boy because I did not understand what it meant to be good. There was a communication barrier. The people disciplined me without telling me what I had done wrong. My mom learned that she needed to communicate with me through sign language. She looked for a deaf group at the church and took me there. That made an impact on my spiritual life because that showed me many things. I learned what I was doing wrong and changed my character, my morals, and my relationship with God. My behavior improved, and I grew strong in my relationship with God because of being able to communicate with the deaf group who knew about God.
What does 3ADM or Three Angels Deaf Ministries do, and what do we provide?
3ADM reaches out to deaf people through the Deaf Bible School, the Deaf Messenger magazine, media, outreach at Deaf Expos, campus ministry at Gallaudet University, evangelism meetings, and more.
English is the second language for most of the deaf. Our Deaf Bible School uses Bible studies that are adapted into easy reading English. It's not that the lessons are overly simplified or dumbed down. No, rather it is completely understood and clear compared to the regular lessons. Yes, the regular lessons are good, but the deaf end up at an impasse. But they have a breakthrough with the deaf lessons. This breakthrough comes easily because of the simpler language. The lessons are a blessing. They really enjoy them.
I do not understand the regular Bible studies, but I do like the lessons for the deaf. They are easier and clearer. I understand them and move along through the lessons. I enjoy them. I became a better follower and I decided to be rebaptized.
Recently we had another baptism. They told me that they cannot imagine where they would be without our Deaf Bible School.
We mail out every 3 months or 4 times a year our Deaf Messenger magazine. This is free for deaf people. Many people really appreciate it and love it.
I enjoy the different articles. They fascinate me. I like the articles are written simply and are easy to understand. I feel so connected. Oh, I enjoy them.
We have produced a number of videos for outreach, all in sign language. This includes 2 evangelistic series and single titles. These DVDs have been very well received among the deaf and are excellent sharing tools. We share some of our materials at Deaf Expos at our booth. This has been an incredible outreach.
The expos have been a blessing, expanding our exposure in many states.
I have worked at our booth as the people come by. I have noticed people were happy to pick up our bags of materials. These bags have DVDs, booklets, and other information such as the Deaf Bible School. This gives them all the information that they can have access to. I've noticed that people like them because they get the information they need.
I notice that people are excited when they see that they can get a bag with a DVD, a book, and other things. They take them, although they may not be sure what our specific church is. But they appreciate the resources. It's the resources they want.
I want to add something. I remember one time at our booth, a woman came and told us about how she wanted to share Jesus with other deaf people who don't know Bible truth. She was excited that 3ADM has resources including DVDs and deaf written material. She was thrilled and asked if she could have several bags to share with her friends.
Gallaudet University in Washington, D.C. is the world's only liberal arts campus for the deaf. 3ADM provides a much-needed chaplain ministry there. As chaplain, I have the privilege of providing vital spiritual support to Adventist students. Other students approach me for a listening ear and comfort. I answer Bible questions and pray with them. Even though students graduate and move away, we use the video phone technology to continue studying. I give away brochures in various places on campus to let the students know that I am here. Students have contacted me to learn what we believe. This campus ministry is intended to be for Gallaudet students, but I happen to work there as an interpreter. When I have available time, I sit with Francesca. She counsels and supports me while we share together. It's this interaction that has helped me to grow. I feel supported in my progress. I have really grown a lot because of 3ADM, and I am grateful to them.
3ADM nurtures deaf membership by providing live-streamed services, media, newsletters, networking, opportunities for service, and more.
Most deaf members do not attend a church that has a deaf group or an interpreter, so deaf people go week to week without the blessing of worship services. To help meet this tremendous need, each week church services are streamed live and archived on our website. DVD copies of the sermons are mailed to those who do not have access to the internet. We publish books that are designed to meet deaf people's reading ability. These books include Steps to Christ, The Story of Hope, and Margie Asks Why.
If it wasn't for 3ADM, how could we keep up with what's going on in the deaf Adventist community? I love the 3ADM newsletter because I want to know what's happening. It also helps me to consider what I can do for the Adventist community.
This keeps the deaf members connected, like a network, so that we can communicate and stay together.
Yes, I'm fascinated with looking at the many pictures. I see that things are happening in different states with new ministries forming. It's not like what it used to be. I get to participate in that, and I'm so interested. I can spend an hour reading the newsletter articles and photos. It's so interesting.
I wanted to get involved in deaf ministry and service. I tried to figure out what I could do and told 3ADM that I wanted to serve. They have given me several opportunities. For example, I have written articles for the Deaf Messenger magazine.
Francesca was running the camera equipment while David Trexler was speaking. I got to thinking that I would like to do something to help instead of doing nothing. I know how to use the equipment, and I like being active. I asked David if I could run the equipment, and he welcomed me aboard. This made me feel good. Now I'm involved in running the camera.
The deaf community is one of the largest unreached groups in the world. 3ADM's mission is to take the three angels' messages to the deaf in North America so that Jesus may come soon.
I am deaf. I grew up orally. In other words, I learned to talk, like many other deaf people do. I went into a church when I was a little boy. We were sitting in the balcony. I started talking to my parents, and what did they do? They shushed me. I didn't understand what the pastor was saying, so I just sat there. Those who could hear were enjoying it. There was music, and they could hear God's word. But I wasn't enjoying it, not at all. I saw the people around me. I could see them, but I felt separated from them. Blind people are separated from things, you know. They can't see things, but they can hear. They can communicate. That's wonderful, that's fine. But deaf people are the opposite. We can see things, but we feel like we are in a glass bowl. We can't communicate, although we can see people. 3ADM breaks the barriers through signing.
Your support will mean so much to 3ADM. The deaf community will connect with God, made possible through your help.
Prayers are important, and so is your financial support. This would be a big blessing to our ministry to expand the work before Jesus returns. Do you believe Jesus is returning soon? Yes, so do I. So we need to increase our enthusiasm, energy, and love so we can reach more deaf people so they will come to know Jesus Christ.
For more information, please contact Three Angels Deaf Ministries at P.O. Box 1946, Greenbelt, Maryland 20768. Check out our website at www.3adm.org.
I want Jesus to come very soon. The gospel going to the whole world. No barriers.